Welcome, sleepy traveler. You've arrived at a quiet space made just for you. My name is Valarie, and I am here to guide you gently into rest, to help ease your mind, soften your body, and drift you toward a peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. Whether your day was long or your thoughts feel a little too loud tonight, let this be your permission to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be. There's nothing more to do now. Just allow my voice to be your guide as we begin this gentle journey toward deep, nourishing rest. If you're new here, subscribe for sleep content like this, and like this video if you find it enjoyable. Now let's begin. Let yourself settle. There's nothing more you need to do. Nothing you need to think about. No expectations. No urgency. The day has passed. And now it's time to drift slowly inward. This moment is yours. A quiet sanctuary free from pressure. Let the world fall away behind you. Let the noise hush itself. You are here. And that is enough. Close your eyes if they're still open. Feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into the bed. Notice how your muscles soften as they begin to unwind. Your jaw loosens just a little more. The space behind your eyes releases any tension it was holding. Let go bit by bit. Like a leaf floating slowly down a quiet stream. There is no rush. No place to get to. Only this. This breath. This body. This softness. Take in a gentle breath through your nose. And slowly let it go through your mouth. Again, breathing in deeply. And breathing out with ease. Feel how the breath moves through you like a calm tide coming and going. Each breath slower. Each breath softer. You are safe. You are cared for. You are enough. Allow those words to settle. Repeat them gently in your mind if it feels right. I am safe. I am cared for. I am enough. Let the sound of those words ripple softly through your body. like warm light filling every corner of you. There is no need to force anything. Let the breath breathe you. Let your thoughts pass like drifting clouds. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to push them away. Simply observe and let them drift. You are not your thoughts. You are the sky they float through. Vast, expansive, peaceful. Now bring gentle awareness to your feet. Notice any sensation. A tingling, warmth, maybe even stillness. Invite the muscles in your feet to relax. Feel them sink a little deeper into the bed. Now move your attention slowly upward to your calves. Let them soften. Let them release the weight they've carried today. There's no need to hold on anymore. Upward now to your thighs. Allow them to grow heavier. Supported. Still. Your hips gently open. And your lower back begins to release. Let go of the tension you didn't even know you were holding. Feel a warm, calming energy move through your belly, rising and falling with your breath. Let it move in harmony. Let it lull you. Now your chest. Notice how it gently rises and falls. Noticing the air move in and the air drift out. Like waves rolling softly onto a shore. Soothing. Predictable. Safe. Bring this calm into your shoulders. Let them drop away from your ears. Let them melt into the mattress. Feel your arms become heavy. Feel your hands soften. Uncurl your fingers. Let the stillness grow. Now notice your neck, your throat, the gentle rise and fall there too. Let it loosen. Let your chin be easy. Let the skin of your face relax. Your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, even your scalp. All of it softening, all of it unwinding. You've done enough. You've given enough. Now is your time to simply be. Your breath is slow. Your body is still. Your heart is calm. This is your sanctuary. This space. This peace. You are deeply supported, held by the softness beneath you, wrapped in quiet, floating in rest. Let yourself linger in this gentle beginning. You don't need to rush into sleep. Let sleep come to you, like a gentle mist rolling across a moonlit field. Subtle, effortless, kind. Let yourself be cradled in that kindness. You are not alone. You are safe. You are deeply loved. This moment is sacred. It is the space between waking and sleep. And it is yours. Allow your thoughts to blur at the edges. Allow time to slow. Allow your heart to rest. There is nothing you need to carry now. Let it all be set down. You are whole just as you are. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to drift. You are allowed to dream. Let the quiet fill you now. Let the darkness wrap around you like a warm, soft blanket. Let your mind wander gently into softness. This is just the beginning. The beginning of deep, nourishing rest. Let it carry you. Let it hold you. Let it take you home to sleep. You're inside the quiet shell of your personal starlight pod. Its walls curve around you like the inside of a pearl, soft lights pulsing in gentle blues and silvers. Outside the pod's window, space stretches infinitely, a tapestry of stars, some twinkling like secrets, others bold and bright like ancient beacons. The hum of the pod's engine is barely audible now, just a soft purr beneath your body. You're wrapped in a weightless blanket, and your body floats gently in the cocoon of warmth and comfort. The pod glides on its preset course, steady and true, through the velvet ocean of the cosmos. Each breath you take is easy, smooth, and full. You inhale starlight. You exhale the weight of earth. Above you, a moon with rings like glass slowly comes into view. Its surface shimmers in shades of opal and pearl, light drifting over frozen craters like spilled milk. As your pod drifts by, the view rotates gently and you feel the smooth sensation of slow movement. Not fast, not jarring. Just a continuous slide, as though you're being carried along by the breath of the stars themselves. The stars outside begin to blur slightly. The pod enters a field of stellar mist, an ethereal fog of nebula particles, glowing softly in hues of amethyst and aquamarine. The colors pour in through the window like candlelight in water, rippling across the cabin walls. It's mesmerizing. Your eyelids grow heavier as your gaze moves lazily across the swirling colors. They shift and bloom like slow-motion flowers, vast petals of color drifting across galaxies. The pod speaks softly in your ear, a velvet-toned voice reminding you that everything is functioning perfectly. Auto navigation engaged. Atmospheric control optimal. Sleep mode supported. You breathe deeply, the air slightly scented with calming lavender and a hint of moon peppermint, a special blend to ease tension in deep space rest cycles. You close your eyes for a moment and feel the gentle sway of the pod, like a cradle in zero gravity. In the distance, a soft chime echoes, a celestial tone like a bell rung beneath an ocean. It's the melody of a passing comet, trailing silver music in its wake. Your pod turns ever so slightly, adjusting its path to give you a better view. Through the wide glass, you see the tail of the comet stretch out behind it, millions of miles long, like the hem of a cosmic gown. Tiny frozen diamonds glint and swirl in its wake. You feel as if you're drifting through a dream made entirely of light. Your breath slows, deepens. The lights in the cabin dim slightly, responding to your body's rhythms. The pod seems to know you're ready for rest. A thin mist releases from the base of the seat, curling around you like a cloud. It cools your skin just slightly, like night air settling in. You imagine yourself not inside a pod, but inside a star itself, its pulse slow and steady, its warmth ancient and kind. The soft memory of lullabies from childhood flicker through your mind like candle flames. Not loud or clear, just warm impressions of safety and peace. Outside, a planet comes into view, its surface coated in what looks like blue ice and rivers of glowing green light. The pod slows slightly, as if admiring it too. The planet has no name, at least not one given by humans. It's a secret place, untouched and uncharted. Its orbit is slow and still. A perfect place for your dreams to land. You watch the glow shimmer across its surface, slowly blinking in rhythmic pulses. It feels like the planet is breathing. Inhale. You match your own breath to it. A floating rhythm in space, two strangers in sync. The pod begins to descend, not toward the planet, but into a deeper layer of space where gravity is softer, almost non-existent. Here, time slows even more. You feel the stillness begin to fold around you, thick and soft like a heavy blanket. Your muscles relax from your scalp down to your toes. Each part of you lets go. The stars no longer twinkle, they glow. Steady and strong. Like ancient watchers, they surround you, humming in silence. The pod tilts again, just slightly. You're entering the galaxy's whispering corridor, a stretch of space where solar winds create music no human ears can hear, only feel. And you do feel it, like vibrations in your bones, soft waves of harmony moving through you. It feels like being sung to by the universe. Your thoughts, once scattered like stardust, now gather quietly, coming to rest. There's nothing to do here. No destinations. No tasks. Just the drift. Just the gentle rocking of light and space. The pod's walls grow warmer in hue, gentle amber like the glow of a hearth. You feel like you're back home, but home has no walls now, only sky. Your eyelids flicker again, heavier this time. Your body responds with a deep sigh. You are fully supported. You are completely safe. Your heart beats in soft rhythm with the stars. All around you, galaxies spiral in silence. clusters of worlds hidden in every swirl. And still you drift peacefully on. No turbulence. No interruption. Just you, the pod, and the great soft silence of space. In this place, dreams are weightless. They rise easily, taking shape in the ether. A cabin on a snowy ridge. A field of golden wheat. A loved one's voice from long ago laughing. All of it floats gently into your mind's eye, then fades again. You let them come and go like meteor trails. No need to follow. Just watch. Just feel. The pod makes one final course correction, gently shifting toward a stardust bank just ahead. It looks like a river of gold and silver mist. A celestial cradle. You glide into it, the light wrapping around the pod like the arms of a cosmic guardian. The engine goes completely silent. No movement now. Just floating. Just being. You drift into sleep like a leaf on the surface of a still pond. And as your breath deepens into the rhythm of dreams, the pod's inner lights slowly fade to black. Only the faintest starlight remains, flickering gently on your skin. You are one with the stars now. There are places where time settles like dust, thick and undisturbed. My aunt's cottage was one of them. I arrived in the rain. It had been raining for days, and something about the grayness felt right, like the world was weeping with me. The gravel path crunched under the weight of my car as I pulled in, and I remember sitting for a long while in the driver's seat, watching the water gather on the windshield, unsure if I was ready to cross the threshold of this new chapter, or any chapter at all. Grief is a strange thing. It doesn't walk beside you like a companion. It coils around your spine and lives in the quiet between your thoughts. It was there in the trembling of my hands as I unlocked the door. There in the air, heavy with the scent of lavender sachets and old wood. And there, most of all, in the silence where my aunt's laugh used to live. She'd always loved this place, called it her little pocket of magic. I'd visited as a child, mostly in summer when the world was bright and buzzing, and the kitchen smelled of berry jam and rosemary scones. But it had been years since I'd returned. Life had gotten busy, then hard, then fractured, then it broke. After I lost her, and everything else that seemed to fall like dominoes, I came here carrying nothing but a few bags and the hollow ache of someone trying to outpace sorrow. The first few days passed quietly. I moved from room to room, dusting, unpacking, avoiding the mirrors. I took long baths in the clawfoot tub and stared at the ceiling, letting the past play like a slideshow behind my eyes. I read from her bookshelves, started a journal, made tea I didn't drink. The cottage seemed to understand, wrapping around me like a shawl, neither demanding nor indifferent. It wasn't until the third afternoon that I wandered to the back of the property. The rain had softened to a drizzle, and the clouds hung low as if eavesdropping. I stepped out with an umbrella, boots sinking slightly into the earth. The back garden, once a place of blooms and butterflies, had long since surrendered to wildness. Thorny brambles choked the flower beds. Ivy scaled the fence like a secret, and nettles jostled for space with thistles and moss. Still, I felt pulled, as though something waited for me in the green tangle. Near the edge of the garden, half concealed by a collapsing arch of honeysuckle and vine, I saw it. An old iron gate flaked with rust, its hinges sagging with age. Ivy had nearly devoured it. I hadn't remembered it being there, and maybe as a child I'd simply never noticed. Or maybe, like so many things in grief, it had waited for the right moment to show itself. I pushed the vines aside with my gloved hands. The gate groaned as I nudged it open, a sound that echoed oddly in the hush. Beyond it lay a forgotten garden space, hidden even deeper in neglect. No path, just tangled undergrowth and the ghost of what once might have been beds or borders. Something stirred in me. Not quite curiosity, not quite purpose, a flicker of longing, maybe. I went to the shed and found some tools, their wooden handles soft with age and memory. I began to clear, slowly, methodically, cutting back nettles, pulling vines, sweating beneath my jacket as the air thickened. My muscles ached, but it was the good kind of ache, the kind that demanded nothing more than the next moment. I worked until the sky began to darken, and my breath came in foggy puffs. Then I stood back and surveyed the small patch I'd cleared, just a few square feet of earth, exposed and raw. It didn't look like much, but it felt like something. That night I fell asleep early, the scent of soil still on my skin. The next morning, sunlight woke me. For the first time in days, it streamed through the kitchen window in golden slats, warming the old oak table and painting dappled shadows on the floor. I stood with my tea, staring at the backyard. Something felt different, lighter, as though the garden itself had exhaled. I stepped outside, barefoot, mug in hand. Dew clung to the grass. The air smelled clean. When I reached the spot I'd cleared, I stopped. There, nestled in the rich, dark soil, was a single bloom, a delicate white crocus, petals opening like a sigh toward the morning sun. It hadn't been there yesterday, I was sure of it, and nestled in its center, like a secret cradled in its heart, was a small piece of paper. Folded carefully, edges curled slightly from the damp. My heart kicked. I knelt down, hesitant fingers brushing the petals. The note was tied with a slender thread of twine, and as I opened it, I saw the words written in neat, slanted script. Thank you for seeing me. I sat back on my heels, the note trembling slightly in my hand. The world around me blurred, not with fear, not even surprise, but something deeper, like recognition, like something sacred had shifted in the soil. I looked around. There was no sign of anyone. The gate stood as before, its hinges bent. The ground held no footprints but mine. The rational part of my mind stirred. Maybe someone had slipped in. Maybe it was a joke, a leftover from years ago somehow uncovered. But another part, the one that had always believed in moonlight wishes and whispers in the woods, felt otherwise. It felt like magic, the kind my aunt used to speak of in passing, when I was small and she'd braid my hair on the porch, talking about the old ways and the garden's memory. I'd thought it was just her being whimsical, but now with this bloom and this note in my hand, I wasn't so sure. I didn't tell anyone. There wasn't really anyone to tell. Instead, I tucked the note in my journal and kept clearing. Each day I returned to the hidden garden, boots crunching over leaves, gloves damp with dew. I pulled weeds, trimmed hedges, unearthed old bricks that hinted at paths long lost. It was slow work, but it anchored me. Each tug of a root felt like unthreading something buried in myself. I didn't always know what I was releasing, but I felt lighter. And then, on the third morning, it happened again. A bloom. This time a pale violet crocus, rising proudly from the freshly cleared soil. Another note. Beauty can return. The handwriting was the same, the message simple, but it made my breath catch in my chest. I looked around again, half expecting to find someone watching from the tree line or to hear laughter from behind the gate. But there was only the wind and the steady pulse of birdsong. I crouched beside the bloom and touched its petals, soft as silk. It didn't matter how, not yet. What mattered was that something was answering, that something in this forgotten place had noticed me, or maybe I had simply learned to notice it. In the evenings, I began reading my aunt's old journals. They were stacked neatly in the attic, leather-bound, dates scrawled on the spines. Most were garden notes, sketches of plants, observations about soil and seasons. But here and there, between practical entries, were things that made my heart skip. The garden speaks in silence. You must learn its language. Today, I cleared the corner by the well, dreamt of my mother's voice that night. The roses returned early this year. Something is stirring. And once, crocuses always come first. The messengers. They wait for someone to listen. I pressed my hand to the page. Had she known? Had she spoken with the garden too? The idea felt wild and yet strangely comforting, as though the threads of her life hadn't vanished but had simply woven into the roots and soil. By the end of the week, the garden had begun to change, not just from my work, but from something else, something older and quieter, a rhythm, a presence. The birds nested in the hedges again. A rabbit darted across my path. The wind smelled sweet, like promise, and the crocuses came, one after another, small bursts of color rising from the earth I had touched. Each carried a note. Grief is love in disguise. You're not alone. The gate opens more than the garden. Each message found me in the moment I needed it most, like echoes of a kindness too vast to name. I began writing back, just small things, a line of poetry, a memory of my aunt, a thank you. I left the notes at the base of the crocuses, unsure if they'd ever be read, but they were always gone by morning, and so it began. That silent dialogue between